Wowzers. All sorts of crazy things going on there, Mr. Ariel Posen. Hello.
Hello.
This is like Terrify Justin with some stuff that's like, how on earth do you do that?
Oh, God.
So, playing behind the slide
Yeah.
is the topic for this little session today, because I got no idea how to go about doing that. When I do it, it sounds weird. So, I mean, I think some of it might be to do with the action, which was something we talked about in a previous session. Like if I try
100%.
to do, I get this. I have to kind of lift the slide up to get it. So
yes. So there's two things going on there, but finish what you were saying.
well, no, that was.
Yeah.
Is that part of the? Can I blame the instrument or is it my fingers too?
It's both.
Nah.
It's both. Big part of it is the instrument, though.
Okay.
It's a very delicate technique. We can't be pressing hard. But yeah, if you raise the action, it's just going to make it easier.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So for those of you that don't know what playing behind the slide is, it's mixing your fingers in behind anything you're playing with the slide. So rather than, or you can get really advanced with. So it's like stuff that, the way I'm thinking about it, it's stuff that I would play without a slide. You know?
Uh-huh.
So that's like at the that's at the advanced level, but
Yeah. Really? I thought that was the beginner stuff.
Yeah. The point of behind the slide is to just take what you're already playing and adding the slide to it and embellishing what you've already worked so hard on.
Yeah.
And the second part of it is to take the notes that you're playing, and after you're done playing with them, you still kind of hear them ringing, kind of like on a pedal steel. Mm-hmm. It's like a pedal steel. Do you know what I mean? You hear the notes going, and it just gives it this sound like it's all drawn together and it's all strung as one, which is pretty.
Yeah, absolutely.
But at the end of the day, I like to do the behind the slide stuff because I'm just trying to play, If that's what I'm doing, I just want to, for example, I want to just embellish what I'm normally doing. So if I'm used to going, now I can go, so to speak. That's the idea. It's not about doing it for no reason. The purpose is to just make you more fluid and not be tied down when you have the slide on.
Thing. Yeah.
But it does have those perks of like those pretty tied together kind of tones you can get.
So how does one go about starting to do that, and how much of it is lifting the slide, or is it just pressing? I imagine that the idea is that the finger presses the string lower than the slide is touching the other strings, and therefore it lets it ring out. Is that kind of the?
Kind of. Let's look at the second string. So let's go from these two notes together. Now we're going to add the third string on the 7th fret.
Okay.
Now,
yeah.
If I did that double stop. See how I'm not raising the slide up? You don't hear anything.
Yeah.
So to give it
this sound,
a
little bit then of raising the slide.
We are literally diagonally raising the slide.
Gotcha.
But what we're doing is we're still keeping the slide on the 3rd string so that you can hear it. Oops.
Yeah, but it's such a small amount. We're talking about micro movements to make this work.
But thus giving you that like.
That last one sounded really, really pedal steely.
You know what I mean? It's a very delicate technique.
You used to standing up though as well with the, moving around on stage.
Yeah, well, you got to make sure you can't, if your strap is too low, like if you play your guitar low, this is not a technique for you.
Yeah,
I'm not up here, but I'm like medium height type of guy. And yeah, you got to make sure, because your wrist is really doing the curl. So it's not the most comfortable thing, but it becomes second nature after a while.
Okay.
Okay, so try to get that. That's it.
Such a small movement, but it makes such a big difference.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, I can
so,
see. Yeah.
So here's an exercise that we can do. And you know what, let's, just because there's a lot of stretching, let's move it up to the 10th fret.
Okay.
If you're in C with us, this is a B flat. So it's a variation of the pentatonic scale, major pentatonic scale. These are going to be our notes. We're going to go. It's a variation of it. It's not every note.
So 10, 7, 10, 8, 10, 8, 10, 7.
Yeah. And then that's our first note. We'll actually start right on the 5th. And what we want to do, we want to keep the slide anchored on that 10th fret the entire time.
Okay.
But we start from the bottom and then go back to the top, and we want to hear each note ring after we play them. So it's going to kind of sound like this. It's not going to kind of sound, it's going to sound like this.
My slides on it. Okay.
So that one's a 6. Okay, so side note. For those of you that play ring finger slide, this is going to be difficult. This is going to be a lot difficult. So maybe take it up higher, past the 12th fret, just so there's less of a stretch. Yeah. Yes. That first one you did was, that first one you did was perfect. That's the idea.
Oh, come on now, cut it.
Yeah.
Okay. But that's gonna
call that the anchor. We'll call it the anchor.
But that's gonna be a real tough one as soon as I move. That's like a big.
Yeah. I mean, if you want, you can do a hybrid mix of the minor pen and just go. Kind of like a mixolydian.
Yeah. Scales are for people, for amateurs anyway.
Yeah. They're just notes, man. Yeah.
Okay.
So remember what in that other video, practice it slow. Don't take it fast. Just milk it and make sure you hear every note really clearly and smoothly. Like that.
Yeah, there we go.
So what are you finding you have to do with your left hand specifically to change it? You're being very delicate, obviously.
Yeah, I'm being delicate and just I am lifting the slide, but not as much as I thought I would need to originally. But if I don't move it, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
But it's just like
it's tiny,
like a millimeter or something, like a tiny, tiny amount.
Yeah.
Nice idea, though.
There it is.
It's not as hard as I thought, just by that little movement. That's just ridiculous. Can we get some licks? A couple of really good, like classic blues licks that people might...
Yeah, here's one we can do. Just working off of that.
Yeah.
This is kind of a pedal steel lick, but you can go... So...
Okay. It's got to get the slide lower as well.
Yeah. Close.
Oh, there.
There it is. Yeah.
This might be.
It's kind of, that's what it sounds like fast, you know?
Okay.
But here's the beauty of this lick is that you can do it on different strings, like
like a little hybrid pentatonic thing.
Yeah. But it involves the behind the slide thing.
Yeah.
Once you raise that action, it's going to be a game changer, I promise.
I'm getting the 2 notes ringing together though as well.
Yeah.
So you're just using thumb and first finger though?
Yeah. Just be careful though on your bottom strings. I'm hearing a lot of.
Yeah.
So the muting, you kind of want to be sitting, have your thumbs sitting on the bottom.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh god, it feels like one of those, tapping your head, rubbing your belly at the same. It's like, well, come on, thinking about that, trying to get that right and get the fingers.
Becomes second nature after a while, though. It's just that's a good one.
It's a slow, careful practice game, right?
Yeah.
Especially when you're talking about really small movements.
Yeah. I would stick to a lick like that. I would do this anchoring exercise up and down, and once you get comfortable with the anchor, you don't have to do them all around the 10th fret. Do them down low. So between that lick and the anchoring technique I was talking about, you can sequence them if you want, rather than just. You can work it down in a sequence. Or going up if you're feeling ambitious. Now I wouldn't use that much.
You happen to use like rolls with the first finger as well behind. That looks technically.
Yeah, that's if you really want to get ambitious.
Yeah. Okay.
Just to any kind of sequencing.
Going the down one seems a bit more.
I'm not encouraging you to necessarily bring that into your playing with the slide, especially because in the other videos it's all about like the. The slower the better.
More vocal in it.
But just to get more comfort, just as an exercise, it's the sequencing both directions is really good for that.
That's a cool one. Now, I'm going to tag this onto the end just as a question because I don't think it's kind of whole lessons worth, perhaps. But one of the things that I find really interesting, especially watching up close, is the amount of different inflections that you've got on the note that we can't get without a slide. This dragging it, and these little pullbacks and stuff. Have you ever thought about them, or they're just like you're imagining a sound and you're trying to get the sound out? It's not like
I'm hearing a sound and I'm going for it. I'm trying to think like a singer. Because if you were singing like this, it would, you would sing it like this. You'd tie notes together a certain way.
But there's things in there that don't sound to me. I'm not trying to argue with you, but it's like there's things that don't that stuff which I can't imagine a singer doing that.
No, of course
they're
not.
Like there's some sort of character to them, and I'm wondering if did you think about it, did you practice it, or you heard them from somewhere randomly and you've just.
It's a mixture. We all take stuff that we hear and we kind of make it our own, or we put a spin on it. Subconsciously, you hear something sung or played.
Yeah. It's
like with a slide, I wouldn't think about it. I wouldn't think about going to that without a slide, really, though.
Yeah.
Rather than with the slide, I would do more of a. You know.
Can you play that lick again? Just there's a bit at the end where you put in the finger. Yeah. Next part. Yeah, there's.
So
you're doing finger back, but as well doing the slide back.
Yeah.
The dare is on the third string, right?
Second. That's the second string.
Second string.
Yeah. I'm playing the note twice. I'm going. Essentially.
Love
weird.
that lick. Sorry, I got to steal that one. Okay.
There you go. There's another one.
That one out. Yeah, absolutely. So, I will tab out these for the guys at home. So we've got the. What do we call it? The scale where it was the scale.
The anchor.
The anchor, and then we've got that cool little lick.
Yeah.
Let's call that the kind of the pedal steely kind of lick, and then sequencing that pedal lick down for humans and up for people that are extraterrestrials.
And then this lick.
And then this lick. Just because it's a killer lick, we'll put that one in there as well. Yeah. So I'll get a tab of all of these things over on the website. So click link in the description if you want to check that out. Thank you so much for sharing these amazing new toys. I hope, well, I'm sure we're all going to enjoy that. So we'll see you for plenty more lessons very soon. Thanks again, man. Bye.